The video you are about to watch was edited on a horrible Samsung tablet that cost way too much when we bought it about 4 years ago. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing some shenanigans and bringing hell to this sad little MediaTek tablet. It has a MediaTek Helio P22T, I think. Something like that, it'll be up on screen. A PowerVR Rogue GE8320, about 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and a 32 gig SD card because it absolutely needs it. We're going to be installing the XFCE desktop under Android on this, using an app called Termux and a tool called Termux X11, as well as the Kdenlive video editor, which is what we'll be using to edit this. I will preface this by saying not the whole of the video was edited on the tablet. Some tweaks that would have definitely killed this tablet had to be done on my computer, like blurring out any information or even just blocking it off, because this tablet is not going to want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, buckle in. The first thing I did was go on Google and find a script to install desktop, because I'm not doing this myself. I found this really weird Google bug where it just asked me over and over to turn on search and app history and personalized search. I hit the button like a million times and the pop-up would not go away, it kept coming back. I haven't seen this bug before. The first script I picked turned out to be the wrong one and not work. I spent too long sitting here waiting for this script to work. I tried it a few times. For your viewing pleasure, the raw video with me trying that script will be sped up and displayed on screen now, and you can see me losing my sanity and wasting too much time to it. I did cut it at one point because it took too long. It was like, I think, yeah, an extra like 20 minutes I spent trying to use that first script that I didn't record because it was taking way too long. This took over an hour and 30 minutes to produce, probably more like 2 hours, 20 minutes at this point, because this tablet is so horribly slow. Yeah. So you can see me getting quite distracted partway through the video. It's a fun watch. It was at this point I gave up on using that original script and I went to find another one. I found this one by a person called Jesus Chapman, but turns out that they aren't maintaining it anymore because they went to their country's Air Force. But it linked me to one I've used before that I forgot the name of, Sabam Daraf's Termux desktop, which is what we ended up using in the end. This works quite well, and it seems to have changed since I've last used it, because last time I used it, I believe it was relying a lot on proot, and the desktop was being run in proot. But now, it's running natively with some proot add-ons, so that apps can be run in proot, but appear as native apps. Luckily, everything I needed, Firefox and Kdenlive, are available both in the Termux official repositories. I didn't even have to go into the Termux user repositories. I spent a good few minutes figuring out what button I have to actually press to get to the install script, and then I realized that I scrolled past the install script. Yeah, I'm very, very smart. Skipping past me losing my sanity, figuring out where the hell do I grab the install script from. We finally got the install script, and now we're going into Termux to run the script. It's always a good idea to go just run random scripts off of GitHub, without checking them. You know, no one's ever been fouled by that. Totally a really good idea. It's not like I care about the data that's on this tablet. I'm fine with resetting this if it gets a virus. There's nothing on it. And plus, the virus wouldn't be able to do much anyway, because it would still need Android permissions to do a lot of things. Because at this point, all I'd given it, I think, was all files access. Like, cool, you'll find my downloaded APKs and YouTube videos. That's like all that's on this. And also like the modern operating systems by Tannenbaum PDF. There's literally nothing interesting on this tablet because it is incapable of being interesting. It took a good long while to test a bunch of mirrors, and we actually ended up picking a US mirror, because for some reason a US mirror instead of a Cloudflare one of it, because there was no Aussie mirror either, a US mirror ended up being our best choice, despite I'm all the way in Australia. It got less than a second, like, latency. So it installed a bunch of packages like Git, JQ, all the normal stuff. once again, just gonna skip past this because this took too long. Even with everything I had recorded here, like, that took 22 minutes extra. So, skipping past that, when I finally got back to recording it, so, yeah, they gave me a guide on what to do. I started it for the first time, we got pretty far, we got into opening Firefox, almost getting to Never Gonna Give You Up, and, running Kden, and it's on Kden Live, but, yeah, Android has a thing called a Phantom Process Killer, which I forgot to, disable or unlimit at this point. There's some ADB commands you can run to, put up the maximum amount of phantom processes. Yeah, gonna speed past this again because, once again, this is all just boring. This is me very slowly opening Firefox and installing some packages. Then it crashed, and I went to fix the Phantom Process Killer. I then forgot what the command to run the desktop was. tx11 start. And so yeah, I finally figured out what I need to do for the Phantom Process killing, so I went in and did that. I installed Kden Live, and that's where we're up to, basically. That's it. I'll probably have some clips here attached at the end of me losing my mind trying to edit this. You could feasibly take this as a guide, but I recommend you don't take this as a guide for editing it. Because it won't be fun to do video editing on a device like this, but you totally could do it. Yeah. This was hell. Like, actual hell. We dropped frames left and right trying to play Never Gonna Give You Up. I don't recommend you do this with a tablet that is, 5 years old, and you basically got scammed buying it brand new for about $200 originally. These things are worth, $50 nowadays. Test for this tablet, because I'm mirroring the tablet to my computer with screen copy. It's running at 1080p, just recording it for a YouTube video. Never Gonna Give Up is struggling. There's the stats for nerds. It is struggling badly. I told it to go in full screen a while ago and it still hasn't full screened the video properly. Timeline playback is, playback, let's just say. I'm gonna hit play.
The video you are about to watch was edited on a horrible Samsung tablet that cost way too much when we bought it about 4 years ago. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we have...
When it's not trying to do, speeding up clips and things like that, playback, especially with audio, is shockingly smooth, but even the video is. But then again, this is also, playing back very, very tiny. So, it is what it is.